Bye, everybody.
From the station that's on your side, this is News 12, NBC 26 at 11.
Tonight at 11, all summer long, law enforcement has seen a rise in crime across Richmond County. Parents and families are taking a stand today to put kids on the right path so they don't end up in the juvenile court in the first place. This afternoon, Richmond County Juvenile Court hosted a forum to bring leaders and community members to the table to talk about some real solutions. As Hallie Turner reports, one grandmother says she wants to be a part of the solution for her family.
Many community leaders say in order to lower the crime, the community needs to realize where it starts. And they say it starts in the home.
It is very frightening that this is actually going on right here in Richmond County.
Judges see these issues every day, from mental health issues to truancy and sex trafficking. One parent tells us if the community doesn't act soon, it could be too late.
The human trafficking that is in Richmond County, the numbers of our children that brought tears to my eyes.
Yet a Knight is not only a mother, but also a grandmother who has lived in Augusta for more than 25 years. Knight learned from the Georgia Department of Family and Children's Services that between 2021 and June of 2022, they received 69 intakes involving human trafficking, kids under 18.
You hear about it, but you don't think it is actually in your county where you live.
She says the way to do something is to act.
We have to ask them the questions, and we have to provide them with the resources.
The forum had a panel of professionals to help educate the community, from pastors to DFACs, criminal justice professors, and more, on what they could do to help the younger generation.
But keeping your kid occupied, whether it's in church, whether it's in a civic organization, whether it's rec ball or t-ball or any type of sport.
She says the meeting has left her inspired to do more.
Now I'm more even eager to get out there and advocate, find avenues, jump on other committees. What can we do as a community? What can I do?
Chief Judge Saunders says tonight was just the start of the change they are trying to make in the community. The goal is to catch behaviors before they become problems. He says if they can do that, he believes quality of life for everyone in the community will improve.
All right, thanks for that, Hallie. It is a real-life get-out-of-jail-free ticket, and you don't have to pass go. Richmond County deputies are hosting Operation Lifted Cloud tomorrow to lift state court misdemeanors. The goal is not to arrest anyone with a warrant, just to help them clear up anything that may be holding them back. It'll be at Greater Young Zion Baptist from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Deputies say anyone who comes gets 75% off of their fines. Taking a look outside now over Wheeler Road. Richmond County deputies are asking for your help finding a missing woman. Jasmine Sharp has been missing for almost a month now. She was last seen near Clawson and Stevens Creek Road. If you know where she could be, call the sheriff's office and speak with Sergeant Randall Amos. South Carolina DHEC says they found another rabid fox in Aiken County. They found it near Rivera Road and Barton Drive. They say one person is getting treatment from that exposure. This fox is the fourth animal to test positive in Aiken County this year. Augusta commissioners can't decide whether to raise, lower, or keep the millage rate the same. So until they decide, your property tax bill is in limbo. Officials say they want to increase it for fire protection, giving the Augusta Fire Department more money. The tax commissioner says it's creating the longest delay he's ever seen.
Normally, we would have the due date for property tax payments November 15th. We would have to have the bills out by September 15th. Because of all of the different moving parts that have to occur in order for that to happen, I'm not sure that we will be able to make the September 15th date.
Sorry about that rogue video a second ago. That was Craig telling us about this story. Johnson says the board has a tough job ahead of them, and they'll make sure to make the best decision to support Richmond County. First Lady Dr. Jill Biden has tested negative for COVID now, according to a statement from the White House. The First Lady tested positive last Monday after feeling sick, and she was taking the drug Paxlovid to help with her symptoms, which is the same treatment President Biden took when he tested positive for COVID last month. The First Lady is expected to return to D.C. tomorrow. Alec Murdaugh's defense lawyers will soon get to see the evidence sealed for his murder trial. The judge granted them and the state access today after the prosecution sealed it. His lawyers claim the state is leaking evidence to the media to show Murdaugh is guilty. but the judge denied it and says there needs to be some restrictions for protection. They'll be working together when that info is released to make sure they have what they need.
The Attorney General wanted everything protected, everything sealed. We oppose that, and I think the judge is going to find some middle ground.
Prosecutors say they will comply with the defense's request as soon as they get access. They've stated several times they've been ready from the start to be transparent. Fulton County's district attorney indicting 26 alleged gang members who targeted several celebrities. DA Fannie Willis accuses the drug-rich gang for stalking people from the Atlanta area who showed their wealth on social media. These indictments include kidnapping, robbery, breaking and entering, and more. She hopes this sends a strong message.
We have a message, and that is get out of this county or expect to start seeing sentences that go life plus. Because I am not going to negotiate with gang members. I am not going to allow pleas. We are going to find you. We are going to convince you. And we're going to send you to the prison for the rest of your days. And I'm not apologizing for that.
She says even though it's fun to post on social media and show off, she warns the community to be careful. Gangs are figuring out new ways to target vulnerable people. 3 people are dead after a shooting in a grocery store today. Dania Bakash explains the latest.
Police say a 20-year-old opened fire first at his apartment complex, then at a nearby shopping center where 2 people were killed Sunday night in Bend, Oregon.
The shooter is identified as 20-year-old Bend resident Ethan Blair Miller. We will identify him once by name, and that's it.
The first victim was an 84-year-old customer who was shot and killed at the entrance to the Safeway grocery store. Police say the shooter then walked through the grocery store and shot to death 66-year-old Safeway employee Donald Ray Surratt Jr. in the produce section.
Surratt engaged with the shooter, attempted to disarm him, and may very well have prevented further deaths. Mr. Surratt acted heroically during this terrible incident.
Within minutes, police found the suspect's body inside the store with bullet casings, an AR-15 style rifle, and a shotgun nearby. They say he died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Safeway employees described the chaotic scene as they ran and hid.
Me and 3 other employees ran into a walk-in refrigerator and closed the door and stayed there. We stayed hidden until the authorities arrived.
Investigators found several items during a search of the suspect's car and apartment.
In the shooter's vehicle, we located 3 Molotov cocktails, as well as a sawed-off shotgun. We also located additional ammunition and digital devices, and those are currently being reviewed.
Police are now going through the suspect's online posts to determine whether he announced plans for an attack. So far, the shooter's motive is unknown, and police are looking into whether he had any association with the store. Danya Backus, CBS News.
Bend is a city of about 97,000 in central Oregon, about 160 miles southeast of Portland. According to Safe Kids, more than 2,800 kids go to the emergency room from swallowing batteries every year. Most cases involve button batteries, and they can be found in household objects like remotes or talking stuffed animals. According to a study published in the Pediatrics Journal, these poisonings have doubled from 2010 to 2019 compared to previous years. If your child swallows one, the chemicals could damage their throat or, in some cases, lead to death. That's why the Hamptons are advocating for families to be careful with kids around them. They lost their 1-year-old Reese when she accidentally swallowed one from a TV remote. Her mother says the doctors thought it was croup until she had 3 heart attacks. Now they created a site to educate parents so they don't go through the same heartbreak of losing a child.
Knowing that 10 years down the road, we're not going to be hearing about these suggestions from a product because we did move forward, there's a little bit of comfort.
Earlier this month, President Biden signed Reese's Law, which requires companies to make child-safe packaging and include warning labels as well.
As we continue on through the rest of this evening, we're going to be staying mostly dry. A front will move through tomorrow night, and that's going to bring us another opportunity for some scattered showers and storms. Then we're back to our typical August pattern after Wednesday. That full forecast coming up next.
And coming up, looks like they're not going to space quite yet. See how NASA engineers are trying to fix the rocket before launch. Well, when we come back, one coach is making it his goal to get this guy to the big leagues. And as we head to break, a live look for you at your winning lottery numbers from Washington, D.C. You now have to be 21 years or older to buy whipped cream from stores in New York. The new law says kids can't buy it on their own. Officials say they're worried about how they'll use the cans. Whipped cream cans are filled with laughing gas. One senator says this law is good because he says, sadly, young people buy and inhale this gas to get high because they mistakenly believe it's a safe substance. Now he says this law does not give them that access. Some parents agree with the law, but they say it does go a little too far. It's always exciting to hear all the athletes who compete in the Olympics, but we really get to see the ones who are considered the underdogs. Sawyer Busey tells the story of one athlete who shows us he can do anything he puts his mind to.
If you hear the word powerlifting and don't think of Dave Gatutu, that's about to change.
I pick him up some mornings at 4:45 so he can come train with me and some of my friends. He doesn't complain. He comes in there, trains for 2 hours.
Dave goes to Milton High School. He started powerlifting 3 years ago because of this guy.
Let's get some warm-up reps. Let's warm up like we're going to do it when we get to England, buddy.
Coach Josh Porter.
It's amazing, awesome, and kind.
The thing about Coach Porter is he finds a student's ability and pushes that forward.
They want people to see them for what they can do as opposed to what they can't do.
One of Dave's many abilities happens to be powerlifting. He's good, so good that he's been invited to compete in Manchester, England for the Powerlifting World Championships. The competition is in September.
We're not going over there to compete against other kids with disabilities. He's going over there to compete with whatever is the best in the world in the 18, 19-year-old division that he's in.
Dave now has the opportunity to set world records if he gets there.
This isn't through the school or through Fulton County, so everything that we're doing is out of our own pocketbooks.
Coach Porter created a GoFundMe and partnered with a local restaurant to try and make this dream possible for Dave.
One more. Get it. You want to go champion over? There you go.
Until the fundraising's finished, training continues.
So 1, 2, 3, up.
Dave seems pretty impressed with his progress so far. Sawyer Busey, CBS 46 News.
Best of luck to him. We will be cheering him on. The Postal Service is looking for some new employees to hire for the holidays. Switching gears here, they say they need people for online shipping orders and packages. Not all of them coming to my house, but a good chunk of them. And they're looking for people who are motivated to join. Stop by the Aiken Post Office tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. to apply. Aiken County has city and rural carrier assistance positions open right now, so check it out. Serena Williams begins her farewell tour at Flushing Meadows. Plus, a Grovetown star makes ESPN's top list. Alyssa Lyons has your sports next.